Ladies and gentlemen, be welcome to the Porciúncula Museum, situated in the beach of Palma de Mallorca. This is a very interesting museum, ethnological, historical, and numismatical museum. Here we can see a lot of paintings, and all these paintings were painted centuries ago. This is an old machine for to make cinema, and we are walking for the principal way inside the museum of the Porciúncula. In this room we can see a huge quantity of machines for to work in the farms. Here there are utilage, and this thing, for example, is one skate to transport plows. An old car from centuries ago. And this is for the warehouse, a horse. This old machine is for to select the grain.
Olá, como estás? Europa. Tornar de Mallorca a Vila. Mica, não será.
If you want to know what is this machine, this elder machine, this is a grape press for to make wine. Very interesting. All this that we can to see into different ways inside the Porciúncula Museum are machines from the old centuries, especially from the farms of the island of Mallorca. Remember that the Porciúncula Museum is an ethnological, historical museum based about the story of Mallorca. Here we can see old bicycles from the last century. They had a very special aspect, very unusual in this own island. This bicycle is more typical. We can see here an old machine for to make music, another old machine for to project cinema, and an old television and an old radio. We can see here skates. And here we have a motorcycle. This is an elder motorcycle from the middle of the other century that is exposed inside this museum. Inside there are a lot of huge quantity of elder machines for to see for the people that visit the museum. All these lamps that are inside the furniture are oil lamps. And here you can see it reflect made it possible. There are old machines for to write, the typists. The machines for to do dresses and clothes of the other centuries are here exposed. There are a few of these old machines. They are very nice. And these are machines for to convert the coffee in grain to the coffee for you can to employ at home. These are the words of this museum, that it is a geological, ethnological and numismatic museum. This is an old lamp for being employed with candles out of the home. Just like this other lamp. We can see here two old maps of the city of Palma de Mallorca. A big ancient bottle, probably employed for oil. And this other big cup usually was employed for to make hot water into farms. It's very nice. It is a metallic recipient, and these autos were made by a local material. In this picture, we can to see the different works that existed historically in the island of Mallorca. For example, this picture represents a farmer. This other represents a music. This is a decorator. This is a hunter. There are two old books of the island of Mallorca. They are inside this library. Now we are going to come inside one of the most interesting rooms of this museum, that is the archaeological room. Probably the major objects of this room have thousands of years. All these ancient bottles proceed from the Roman era. With the Roman Empire, exists two in this land of Mallorca. And all these bottles, how you can to see, were extracted from the deep sea. Watch how the sea make his works into pieces. It's very incredible. This was employed for to use water, just like this other piece. And all these kind of old containers were employed for different motivations. A few of they were for wine, another was for oil and different products. Here we have two ancient masks for different propositions. It's very interesting to walk from inside these different rooms of the museum. You can see a lot of interesting objects from very, very ancient times. For example, these different sculptures are from the Punic era. We return to the Roman amphoras, that there are more of 50 inside this museum. Every amphora have a writing with the name. Here we can see that this is a Roman amphora, and we can to see from where it was built and more or less the era of the construction. These are old systems for to contain wine, and here we have different plates, typically from the island of Mallorca. The Museum of la Porciúncula is very interesting for to visit if you want to learn more about the story of the island of Mallorca. This is a very interesting museum with a lot of pieces from ancient eras, how you can see in all the images. How I said, this historical museum too have a part of archaeological discoveries in the island. These two cranes are real, just like these stones, just like all these elder objects from the primitive era of the islands, where the talayots were built for the inhabitants of this island. This cap perhaps have a high quantity of years that you can't imagine it. And we can see these old sculptures that were idols of the ancient religions of the island. This concretely proceed from Persia. It's incredible what you can see inside this museum. This is another to proceed from Persia. You can see too that this museum combines objects from different epochs. Here we can see images of the traditional aspects of the society of Mallorca from years ago. This decoration was a part of an elder house of the island of Mallorca that had been translated to the museum. The Porciúncula Museum is very nice how you can to see in all the images that I'm doing. But naturally, nothing can change your own visit to inside this museum. Now I'm going to change of room from the archaeological to another room. What can we discover inside? Well, we are going to see it. Well, the first step at the left side, there are music instrumental, like this, and this other violoncello, and different percussion music instruments. This is very nice. Watch this sound machine for to do music. It's incredible. This big violoncello have more than 2 meters of long. It had been surely part of an instrumental orchestra in the past. It is very nice and ancient. There are two disposition of the Roman weights that are very useful in the island of Mallorca. There are different types of these Roman weights exposed inside the Porciúncula Museum of the beach of Palma. Inside the ancient kitchens of the island of Mallorca, in the ancient times there was all this kind of plates, bottles, and different utilage. We here can to see the position of ancient case recovered from different places. It's very nice. The material employed is steel. old steel. Here we discover a picture of a man. We can see two machines for to make photographs. All they are ancient and are from the 50s of the last century, how we can see. Walking inside is another room. There are a very high quantity of ancient pieces of the last years of the story of the island of Mallorca. These pieces were made for carry high weight objects, just like this other and all this. Well, this is more modern, but these sculptures represent the traditional sculpture of the island of Mallorca. All these pieces are very traditional. They are very nice. It's typically Mallorca, yet into modern times, to buy these sculptures in any shops for to decorate the home. The colors usually are white with green and red. There are two an ancient collection of shows of the horse. And here there are very special worked bottles. They are very nice for decoration. And here we return to the traditional sculptures of the island of Mallorca. Do you like a tea? Well, these cups are from the 18th century and are exposed here inside the museum. Just like other pieces of the house. It's very curious to see how there are selection between the historical objects that are of usual employment in the ancient houses of Mallorca or in the farmers, and the objects that are only for decoration, just like these excellent bottles that do have yet the original colors. Watch this red, watch this green, or this transparent bottle with flowers painted. Watch this bird in the blue bottle at the bottom of the left. And all these have centuries. It's incredible the quality of these objects. Walking around, we are changing of room. Well, what can we see here? There are a collection of coins. Hundreds of coins are exposed inside the table. Well, really, inside a lot of tables. I'm going to examine this. Well, I examined this, and the coins are not only from Mallorca, are coins from all around the world, from Moravia, from Luxembourg, coins from Lithuania, Liberia, Lebanon, coins from Laos, Jordan, or Jamaica. This is very incredible, the collection of coins. Here there are coins of Mexico, coins from Egypt too. It's incredible the big collection that there are inside the museum of the Porciúncula, a collection of coins, Ethiopia coins. And if you ask yourself if inside the museum there are any collection of money in paper, yes, you have two, a collection of different monies in paper. Not only this that you can see in the image that is from the United States of America, $1, If not, there are a lot of papers from all around the world too. I'm going to show it now to you. Ladies and gentlemen, the papers of coins of different money are exposed on the walls. We are going to see this collection. There are papers of Luxembourg, Belgium, Venezuela, Mexico, France, yes, it's a complete collection from all around the world. It is very, very nice. This is a very strange document that is a bank of little town of Mallorca, Bank of Felanich, made this paper of 50 pesetas. These papers are from Germany or from Austria. We return to the papers of Mexico. This is very nice. Our wall is full of papers of money of different countries. These are from Spain, in pesetas. These papers are from 50 years ago to 200 years ago approximately. The papers of Spain. Here there are money from Angola, India, Persia, money from Japan. This is very interesting. And the actual coins too are present in the museum, because in these box we can see coins from different parts of the world, but there are money of 2 euros of the actual era. Inside this box there are actual coins from United Kingdom. This box, for example, this bottle is full of change from Spain. We can see it here. Here there are the surprise, and this is that if you like tobaccos, here there are a collection of tobacco from all around the world. What a curiosity. And here there are the stamps of different tobaccos from different countries. We can see that the tobacco are from Germany, Belgium, Cuba, Italy, Sweden, Holland, different countries makes this kind of tobacco. How we can to see here in the images. It's incredible how they preserve this photo story. This tobacco collection is just near the Monet collection, how we can see. Here there are more machines for to write the typist, ancient machines for to write. And we return to the bottles and different cups of tea and coffee. You can see that there are 2 collections of ancient glasses and ancient watches of different epochs. Here at the left side, the more ancient watches from other centuries. And there are 2 watches for the wall. And another surprise. Watch these guns of the Middle Age eras. swords in the top of the wall, and watch. Well, this is a very complete museum. We can see these elder objects, a helmet, and watch, this is the D'Artagnan swords. We return to the top of the wall, where there are more guns of this steel. What a curiosity. Two styles of arch. This kind of arch, the ballesta, have more precision for the ancient shooters or hunters. We return walking from the different rooms, and we start now to a kind of religious area of the museum. We can see clothes of the priestesses, and different books of the priests. Here there are paintings. Very interesting paintings that you can see only inside this museum. We are inside the religious area. And here there are sculptures of Jesus Christ and of the Virgin Maria. It's very nice to see these objects. They are combined with paintings, and this is very, very nice. Look, these old clothes of priestesses of the island of Mallorca, and different objects. For example, this is very, very nice to see. Watch this ancient sculpture. This is like a priest seated on a chair. Inside this object that is made of wood but painted of gold color. Well, really, how I'm very surprised I touched these sculptural objects, and yes, the furniture are of wood painted of color of gold, this yellow, and inside this object is made of metal, but it is steel of yellow color. It's very nice and beautiful. And well, when the visit to the museum of the Porciúncula finished, this museum connects to a church, and you can to visit to this church. Remember that the visit of the museum is very cheap, only costs €6, and you can stay inside all the time that you want to see the different objects. This is a very nice visit here to the museum of the Porciúncula in the beach of Palma. And well, it's very curious this, no, that the religious part of the museum is at the last of the museum, and it connects with the church for to come inside.